Jeez, that's a lot. Oh,
I don't think we're live yet. Does it say? Oh, it
it
is
says.
live. But hey folks, what's going on? It's Matt with Heroic Tactics. I am here with Luke. Did that go away?
The HD?
Oh no, like I clicked something and I was like, oh no, did I lose it? Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm here with Luke, and instead of us normally just goofing off and talking about HeroClix, I'm here to interview WKO champion Luke.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Oh, you're eating this up. So yeah. In case you didn't hear, Luke won the whole thing yesterday, 2 days ago. The weekend just is all blurred together to me, but yeah, sir, you totally took that thing. That was 5 brutal rounds, and then before the cut to a top 8.
Four brutal rounds. So 4 rounds of Swiss and 3 rounds to determine the winner.
Nice. So I guess we kind of spoiled what happened, but actually, Luke did an awesome write-up on the Reddit, and I'm going to put a link to that below so you can read his actual write-up. But what did you pull in your first 2 packs?
All right, so during the 4-round Swiss, I end up pulling. So my rare was Mary Marvel, and my super rare was Alloy. And then I also pulled 2 Metal Men, so Tin and Iron. So at that point, I was like, all right, that's simplified. I didn't want to play. Oh, I also pulled a Batman ID card and a Batman, but I figured with the point values in this set, I don't think an ID card was going to do any good. So I opted to play pretty simple. I played Alloy at 150. That's 6 clicks of Invincible Impervious with Plasticity.
Jeez.
And he gets a stop click where he can swap in 2 of the metal, or up to 3 Metal Men on their last click. And I don't know if you guys know this, but if you look at the Metal Men and all the way their dials are spaced apart, their first click is the same exact thing as their last click. And so, the more Metal Men you have, always better, because they get sidestep, traded, and they also get nifty bonuses. For example, 10 is able to get a +2 perplex to any stat excluding damage. Iron, he is able to add +1 to his object damage. So precursor to this, all of the boosters I've been buying, I kind of came in having no expectations of what I was going to pull, just because all of my pulls, pre-release, sealed, random stray boosters have been absolute garbage. Like I pulled like 3 Ragmans. So just to mentally prepare myself, I've been thinking of like certain things that you could possibly do with just Metal Men in general. And one of the things I came up with was if you happen to pull an Iron plus another Metal Man, if it happens to be 10, great. If not, you get a sidestep, pick up a light object, and now that's a sidestep where he can throw with a range of 8 for 2 damage.
I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
Which, surprisingly enough, I think that would have caught a lot of people out, just because no one really throws objects anymore. And with the 0 printed range, you can catch off a lot of people. So that was one of the things I was thinking about. And it was just like I prepped myself playing these mediocre pieces, and I end up pulling, Mary Marvel, who is a must-play, no-brainer regardless. She was the MVP of the Swiss round. And so that was pretty much why I went with Mary Marvel and Alloy. 2, since Alloy was a giant, with the new sizing rules, Alloy could carry Mary Marvel the full 9 squares.
Wow.
So I always placed my objects 9 squares away for positioning, carried Mary Marvel, and then she's pretty much within striking range to hypersonic and ultra heavy with the prop. And Alloy had shape change perplex.
That's so gross, dude. That's so gross. There was so much synergy in just those 2 packs. That's insane.
Yeah, it was a pretty good build, and I was like, oh, and I opted to not go for any range just because there were a lot of KC chases pulled. So having range figures would kind of be just a rolling game for a lot of players, because they'll roll the Kingdom Come senses, and then they'll roll their senses or impervious or shape change or yada yada yada, and then stealth could come into play. So I was like, all right, let's just simplify it. I'm just going to get up and smack people, and that's what I did.
Very well, very, very well. I saw you KO Shazam. Like, you were right next to me when you just like smacked. And I was like, that Shazam was gone like in a blink.
Okay, so that was round 2. That was against his name was Will. I forgot his last name already. But he's a nice guy from Space Cadets, and he had a team of the Shazam Chase, World's Finest at 75,
Jeez.
and Gold. So 295 points of 15 hypersonic and duo attack. We ended up getting played on the map. I forgot the name. I think it was Yu-Gi-Oh map. It was a Yu-Gi-Oh map. It had two rows of blocking, and then it was pretty much clear, no elevated.
Oh, that cafe looking thing?
Yes, the cafe one. So I won map roll. So I chose that map. I went first. I ended up placing my objects in that corner where the blocking terrain is with that patch of hindering. I put the objects there. I do my repeat move. I carry Marvel with Alloy, and I position her in the corner. That way, if Shazam tries to hypersonic in to attack, he would get based with the plasticity. So the attack would end. So that was pretty much my opening move. My opponent, Will, he couldn't play any objects since the Dragon Slayer ruling was the combat modification values that came from super strength came from the object instead of the power. So he opted to use standard heavies, which he wanted to throw. Mm-hmm. So after a couple standoffs where we just kind of cleared and passed, waiting for someone to make the move, he takes the opening gambit and he hypersonics in and tries to throw an object at Alloy. The attack misses, and he's well within striking range for Mary Marvel. So I do what I've been doing. I have the perplex. I perplex up Mary Marvel's attack to a 12, and she hypersonics in with an ultra heavy and knocks him off his hypersonic clicks. And then I park her in stealth. Alloy, I move him next to Mary Marvel since he didn't have he couldn't reach anybody. So I just parked him in stealth as well. And then the next turn, he has to clear Shazam. He duo attacks.
Oh no! We lost Luke, which was crazy because it was getting exciting. Yeah, because I totally saw the turns coming up a little bit after that. Let's see if we can get him back. Or I will, yeah. Luke.
Did I lose you, or?
I guess we'll kill a little time by talking about. Oh, there he is! Yay, Luke, you're back.
Yeah, where did I get cut off at?
You got you just parked Alloy in front of Mary Marvel. You're hiding and hindering right now. Yeah, okay. He's about to duo attack.
Yeah, World's Finest duo attacks. He lands the first hit. I shape change out of the second hit. I'm on my sidestep click. He's still carrying his ultra heavy, by the way, because he has super strength throughout his entire dial. So, he also tries a shot with gold and misses. So the next move, what I end up doing is I sidestep, drop the object, and then I base Shazam. And then I have Mary Marvel pick up that object and finish off Shazam.
I saw that. I turned around and saw that. That was so crazy.
So she pretty much smacks him for another 5, and I think he missed the impervious, or that was an invulnerability. So 5 damage through, gone. And then after that, I park Marvel back into stealth, and he duo attacks again, and he manages to kill Alloy. So out come the metal men. 10 because World's Finest has combat reflexes. That gives him a 20 defense with close combat. So I opted to do the other thing since Marvel had to clear. I perplexed up 10's attack to an 11, and I took a shot. I had the prob, so I was able to knock him down to 17 defense, which made it more manageable for me. He duo attacks. He's able to kill 10 and Iron, and Mary Marvel finishes them off, and then that's pretty much the game.
That was crazy. That was a really a crazy thing. Yeah, well, I mean, his pulls were like he got the super rare that everybody wants, and he got the chase that I went Gaga for. I understand that people want Spectre more, but I thought Shazam was the best chase out there. Well, were you intimidated by those pulls or anything like that, or?
I saw them. Like, you know, it helped that I had Mary Marvel just because she had that prob and she was able to go with him pound for pound. It really relied on being able to get into position where getting that strike first and having a top dial plasticity piece pretty much made it hard for a lot of these, 12 hypersonic, 11 hypersonic pieces to get an attack in, because they don't want to attack Alloy. They want to get at Marvel. And so I always made it so that they wouldn't be able to. And that was my main line of thought. Protect Marvel. They'll screw up somewhere, and Marvel's going to be able to do it and do what she does best.
Did you kill another chase during the Swiss, or is that the finals that you killed another chase?
It was finals. So I killed a total of 3 chases. Notably, the third round, I played against a guy named Paul, and he was able to get 2-0 with just the world's finest at full. We were sitting next to each other. You remember that?
Yeah, I saw that.
You were playing against a teammate, and it ended in like 2 minutes, I believe.
Yes.
It ended pretty fast. I felt kind of bad, but he seemed like a good guy, and he was like, you know what? It gives me a chance to play battle royales. So kudos to him for not taking that loss hard.
Well, I thought that was awesome. Him running that world's finest at full. I mean, those things are beasts. They totally wrecked up all of our seals and stuff like that. So like, I was really surprised that there was a loss right there, because those things can be gross.
Well, he positioned. He tried to position in. He thought he could hypersonic Alloy, but since he had plasticity, he wouldn't be able to make that attack. So I think notably, the 4th round, which was the 3-0s against each other, that was a really, really good match, because I got to play against, shout out to Matt Demand, who won the WizKids Open in 2014. So he was pretty much the defending champion. And he had a really cool team of the super rare Superman. So that's all kind of
gross.
Debatably, I think that piece is better than the KC Chase Superman. Debatably. Just because he has that top dial hypersonic. So he has. Yeah, go on.
It is one of my seals. I pulled the KC Superman, and I still lost with that thing.
So there's that, and then he had a team of the Wizard, Demon, and Witch, which all work together.
Oh yeah,
beautifully, because the Witch with her Wicked enhancement +1 attack, and Demon with the -1 perplex. So it was gonna be. Thankfully, with Marvel, she had that trait where you can't really do anything to her if you're not higher than her. So we end up playing on the reverse side of Black Mercy Garden. So that terrain is like, there's like one piece of elevated in the center, and then there's like scattered blocking terrain and some water terrain.
That's the blood map.
Yeah, the blood map. I went with that because had I chosen the other one, it was just too open, and I feel like he would have been able to outmaneuver me. So I went with the other map. I was able to, again, position my objects, get them both to pick it up. We played around a bit. A lot of times it was either clear, pass. Eventually, I was able to get, it's like around the middle of the map where it's like all the way on the one side of the corner, there's just one patch of blocking terrain. I was able to get to carry Marvel into that patch, having the blocking protect her with with Alloy right in front of her. Basically saying, if you're going to hit me, then you're going to either blow up some objects, or you're going to have to risk taking a hit from Alloy. So he ends up standing on top of the elevated on that end of the map, and he says, you know what? You take the opening strike. So I take the opening gambit. I hypersonic in with Marvel. She hits Superman. She was able to get it twice. she smacks Superman with the Ultra Heavy, and she knocks him onto a Psychic Penetrating Blast running shot clicks.
Oh man!
And so once that happened, I had Marvel. I mean, I had Alloy, and so that pretty much makes it so that he can't utilize the Psychic Penetrating Blast, and he can't really get a good hit in, especially trying to get through all that reducers. So that was pretty much that swung momentum my way. Interestingly enough, the turn goes and he has to drop his object because he loses super strength. He tries to shoot Alloy, he misses. My turn comes again. Mary Marvel comes in, she picks up the dropped object. She tries to finish off Soups. He lands the impervious roll.
Oof.
So I park her back into hindering. Alloy, I believe, has to clear. So no, Alloy is able to pretty much punch the wizard all the way to his last click. Okay, so things are looking pretty good. I mean, it wasn't finish line yet, but it was looking pretty good. And so Matt D pulls out this amazing move where he perplexes down Alloy's attack. I missed the shape change roll. He lands the mind control. He lands the mind control. He charges Mary. Mary, hits her. Wizard gets pushed to death. Mary gets off her. She's still on her her last hypersonic click, I think. No. She's on her invulnerability click. And then since that frees up Soups, he Psychic Penetrating Blast. He gets that enhancement, and he rolls doubles. So he shoots her. It goes through her dial. She hits her stop click. There's the knockback, and she gets instantly KO'd.
Jeez Louise, dude.
Yeah. So it was a turnaround. It was a turnaround match, and suddenly things weren't looking too hot for me. After that, we spend a turn of clearing, and it's my turn again. So Alloy guns up, and he charges, basing Superman, and he takes a hit, knock him down further down his dial. He tries to retaliate. I either shape change or I impervious out of the damage that he tries to do. So that helped me a lot. And then I had some kind of insurance because even if he had succeeded, I would be able to pop out the Metal Men. So eventually I was able to KO Superman, and that was it. I went 4-0, and that was the toughest match.
Yeah, that was table 1, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was table 1, and I was first place after the cut.
Wow, that was pretty awesome. What was your second boosters like?
The second boosters, you mean during the cut?
Yeah, because the top 8.
So we get 2 new boosters, and I end up pulling World's Finest as my super rare, and I pull a lot of other stuff. And it was kind of hard because I was debating whether or not what dial to play World's Finest. I wasn't gonna play him at full, and as much as I wanted to play his range dial, I didn't feel like it was justified enough clicks or enough points. And plus, the guy across from me, Derek, he pulls a KC Superman Chase with Mercury.
Oh no!
And Desaad. So I was like, you know what? That's probably going to be his team. So I opted to go for Allura, and I played her at full. And booster gold. Allura has a nifty trait where all Kryptonian keyworded characters are suddenly wild cards. So that gives Allura the ability to copy Superman or Batman ally, meaning I have 2 figures with stealth, and I have some prob. And World's Finest at 75 points is no joke. He is a 9-speed charge, 11 attack, super strength, 18 defense, combat reflexes, toughness, with 4 damage, close combat expert. That he was pretty much my top gun, even though he was only 3 clicks long. So the strategy remained the same: protect World's Finest as much as I can, and tie them up with Allura because she was 8 clicks long. And so that was my pull. So that was the team that I opted to go with, excluding any range again, because there was another KC chase across from me. And then you want me to go into like the top?
Just, yeah. Any
the
exciting
cut rounds?
Yeah. What happened there, or anything exciting?
Oh, okay. So I play against Derek. He's from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I actually played against. So I get the first move. He doesn't play any objects, understandably so, because he doesn't get the benefits from it. So I spend the first turn. I have Allura and World's Finest pick up their heavies, park them in stealth, copy the Batman TA, the team ability, and then I move Booster Gold. It was the same. It was that same like cafe map.
Mm-hmm.
So I park him in that corner of blocking and hindering. That way, he had some kind of protection against ranged attacks, and I had some line of fire for prop. After that, he positions himself. I clear. He's able to get within enough range so that he can land the TK charge, because the KC Chase Superman doesn't start off with hypersonic speed. So that was my advantage there. I knew that I could press him to take the first hit. So understandably so, he does it. He moves in, he gets the TK, he moves in Superman, Superman charges, and he instantly KOs Booster Gold. Advantage him. He misplays by moving up Desaad, and he wanted to do the Perplex Outwit. But since I have stealth, he couldn't target Allura, and he tried to do World's Finest, but World's Finest has a trait where his combat values can't be modified and his powers can't be countered.
Ooh, yeah.
So when that happened, he put the token down, and I had to be like, well, you already made the move, sorry. And so, tempers kind of rose a bit just because that happened. So it was my turn to retaliate. World's Finest charges, he lands the hit. Superman is now on his hypersonic clicks. I do 3 damage after invincible. Allura charges in, and she tries to knock him down further down the dial. I roll a crit miss.
Oh no.
So Allura takes the crit miss and pushing damage. It's fine. So there's that. He hypersonics, punches Allura again, and no, he hypersonics and he tries to go for World's Finest. He misses the attack because he can't land the 20. He can't land the 9 that he needs to kill World's Finest. So he hypersonics away. Desaad really can't do anything. Mercury can't do anything. So we both clear. And then I'm able to have Allura pretty much poke at Desaad, pretty much getting him to his useless clicks. And I base the soups with World's Finest. He doesn't try to run away. He tries to punch him some more, and he can't. So World's Finest after that is able to dual attack him. I do CCE first because I wanted to make sure the first hit lands, and then I kind of went CCE again. I didn't do any dual attack just because I would rather have him only roll 1 impervious than rather 2.
Did they get that trait? So if you had missed that CCE, you'd be able to attack again?
No, they have to be at 300. That's the 300 point. So I'm able to KO the suits, and then I was able to wipe after that. So that was a pretty tough round. And then for top 4, I end up going against a Mary Marvel Mercury.
Oh no, dude.
And I was dreading this matchup just because Mary Marvel had carried me all the way past the cut. So I parked all my guys on the first line of the starting zone. We're playing on that blood map again. Quite familiar with this map at this point. So I stay on that line. I go to pick up objects and I bring them back, and then he slowly inches up until he gets down the middle of the map. That's when I make my move, and I move all my characters to the other side where they're pretty much the thing that's blocking us is that one square of elevated terrain. So I neutralized the TK. So after that, I neutralized the TK. So he teleports Booster Gold. He TKs Booster Gold up the elevation so that he takes a running shot, and he tries to energy explode World's Finest. And he had 3 rolls. The first roll he missed, so he probs it. He needed a 7 to land the hit, and he is unable to. So he rolls again, misses, rolls again, he misses. He misses all 3 hits. Jeez. And then he has Mary Marvel hypersonic again, and she tries to hit Laura. And the hit, I believe the hit does land. She was able to hit Laura, but since she topped out as invincible, or no, I was able to impervious out of the roll. So that was a really fortunate round of rolling for me. And so after that, I was able to. I took a pot shot at Mary Marvel with Booster Gold, and I was able to do 1 damage. And after that, I charged with World's Finest, took her off for hypersonic clicks. I charged with Allura, and she missed. And then the next turn, he tries to take out World's Finest. He unfortunately cannot. So I pretty much dual attack Mary Marvel to death, and that's the game. So that one was really tough as well. And now we're at top 2.
Yeah, I'm sure about this puppy.
So top 2 was a special occasion because, as you guys know, I am a member of Team Ragnarok, and so my teammate Michael Hawkins, who also is a member of Ragnarok, happens to be number 2, and so this is a square off between teammates. And his pulls are really fortunate because he pulled the super rare Superman and 2 10s.
Ooh.
Meaning he had 2+2 perplexes to throw on Soups. That meant he could have a 14 hypersonic, 14 attack Soups, a 21 defense Soups. He had arguably everything he needed to clean house with me, since I lacked in the mobility department. So I played conservatively. I played the same way pretty much. I park on the first side of the starting zone. I pick up the objects, return, and I just kind of wait for him to inch up. It was a map where like half of the side was like outdoor, and then the other side was indoor with walls. He opts to go inside. I chose to go outside. I was able to, once he finally got within striking range, I end up pushing all my guys, Allura, Booster Gold, and I parked World's Finest so that blocking terrain was behind him. And then I put Booster Gold and Allura right next to him, blocking adjacency. That way he wouldn't be able to hypersonic in to instantly kill World's Finest, forcing him to pretty much make the decision on who to take out. He ends up parking behind the wall again. And so this is where I started making my moves. After a round of clearing, I have Booster Gold sidestep in. He blows up the wall that he was standing behind. Allura, who I pushed, is now on her hypersonic precision strike clicks.
Ooh.
And I'm able to choose the Superman team ability so that she doesn't get any modifiers to her attack. And I'm able to KO 110. After that, he retaliates. He kills Booster Gold. And then I have Allura hypersonic again, killing the second 10, and then having her base the Superman. And so here's where all momentum swings my way. He opts to hypersonic breakaway, and he rolls a 1.
Ugh.
So at that point, I move up World's Finest so that he's standing right behind the wall where Superman is. So it's my turn. It's a round of clearing. I have Allura break the wall that World's Finest is at, and World's Finest just goes for the dual attack. Boom. Take him off the hypersonic. Boom, now he's on his psychic penetrating blast clicks. He's based. Things are looking pretty good for me. So he tries to attack Allura again. He misses. Allura breaks away hypersonic, takes a pot shot, takes 1 damage, and their World's Finest does another duo attack. I land the first hit, and then for this, he fails the impervious roll, and then I land the second hit. And when I lifted up the dice cup, it was a critical hit.
Oh, jeez.
So that's pretty much how it ended. It ended on a critical hit roll.
The most epic end to a finals ever, I believe.
Yeah, that was a mouthful, but yeah, that's pretty much how my WizKids Open went, and that's how I ended up becoming the WizKids Open regional champion.
And you got now you're automatically qualified for national champions. Is that correct?
Yes, I don't have to go through the initial round of sealeds. I go straight to the constructed round.
Nice. You're gonna go out. That's in a couple of months, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in a couple of months. It's in Maryland, so I don't know if I can actually make that trip out, which kind of sucks.
Well, it's not till May. Will you still have class then?
Actually, law school gets out early, so we might not have classes then.
So, has any of the pieces that you played today given you ideas for constructed events?
I would say the metal men easily are some pieces that to look out for, just because they're cheap and they have so many ways to hurt you. I'm not like, for example, the combination of tin and iron. So tin gets to +2 perplex. Iron can pick up a standard heavy object, right? Tin can perplex up iron's attack to a 12. And when he charges and smacks with that heavy object, he gets +1. So that's like an ultra heavy. So that's a 12 attack for 6 damage.
From a combined 100 points.
Yes. And so, and he gets the sidestep. So that's something I'm kind of excited about. Let's see. Another piece that I really like would be Allura at 75, just because she gives all Kryptonian keyworded characters the wild card ability. That means you're able to somehow finagle it. You can give Superman, Defenders, X-Men. You're able to give that 19 defense, uncounterable soups defend.
Yeah. That's gross. That's gross.
Yeah.
In addition to the +1 that he normally gives out.
Exactly. So you can do stuff like that. You can give crypto mystics. You know, and there's so many possible combinations. And that's another thing. You know, the shifting focus Batman, Superman, they have a lot of potential. A lot. I believe there was during the time of the WizKids Open, there was a Tennessee Super Qualifier, and a lot of the big name players were there. There was Easton Brock and Patrick Yajoko. Patrick ends up winning, but I'm not sure what teams they fielded. But yeah, it was you'd see quite a lot of pieces from World's Finest that they end up fielding.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, go on. I'm sorry.
I didn't have anything else to say, but you come on. Let's hear some more strategy.
Oh, some more strategy.
Well, that's whatever. You're about to say something cool. I knew it. Or I knew it.
Okay. I'm trying to remember now. Gosh, what was it?
Was there anything that you played against that you were like, oh, that's meta. I have to be prepared for this in reals?
During my entire thing, not really. Not really anything meta. It's just good sealed pieces, you know. I think World's Finest at 75 is going to be quite meta, just because that's so much damage packed into 75 points. He doesn't get any minus reducers because of his trait. So when he duo attacks, he's attacking for 8, and I believe he has a range of 7. So you park him somewhere, you have stealth, he can dual attack with a range of 7 twice, so he can shoot people for 8 damage.
Yeah, that's gross. That is gross.
Yeah. I mean, looking at the KC chases, all of their lower point dials, I think besides, I would say besides Shazam, all of them have all of them have great uses. I mean,
you don't think pulling tokens off people is going to be useful?
No, not at all, really. I mean, it's incredibly specific. You know, you can't move him. You got to move to him, and you got to give him a double power action to do it. It's just, and then it's just really. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of use for that. I mean, comparably so with all the other powers. I mean, you got a 12 range prob that doesn't require line of fire. You got a 10 range outwit that doesn't require a line of fire. You got a 12 attack support that ignores base adjacent enemies. You know, there's so much more. You got a 12 attack end cap with Superman. Ranking them at their 35 to 24 point dials, I would say Shazam is last. Dead last.
Fair enough. Totally fair enough. So, is there any advice you have for people who are doing the WKO next week, other than just pull well?
Okay. Advice for the. Where is that? Is that going to be in Chicago or something? Or
I know there's like 2, maybe 3 next week, but
because I know the Orlando one wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what the other one was. But all right, so advice to them. Be simple about it. The less you have to think about playing in sealeds, the better. I mean, Mary Marvel, if you pull her player.
Yeah.
Unless you pull something significantly better, play her. Because you're not gonna do any better in terms of mobility, prop control, damage ability, stop click, able to regen, all that good stuff.
Well, what if you pull 2 Mary Marvels? You think someone can take that all the way?
Yeah, I think 2 Mary Marvels could easily get you to the cut. Because that's just too much damage and prob to overcome. And then 2 stop clicks. That's how many clicks is she? She's like 7?
I think so.
Yeah, she's 7 clicks. That's 14 clicks of, well, arguably so. That's 12 clicks of damage potential, and then regenning back into the fray. So, Mary Marvel player. Great advice from Paris Gordon, world champ. If you can make the points fit, always have prob. Prob will set you free. I'm not kidding. Probability control, if you can have it, will save you. I mean, go on.
I was especially in sealed. In sealed.
Probability control is what gives you the gonads to look at a 20 defense and go, I could probably hit that. I mean, because like I was not afraid to hit a 19 defense case, or 18 defense Shazam, a 19 defense Superman. I was not afraid at all because I had that probability control. If you have 10 plus any other Metalman, play, because that 2+2 perplex is going to save your butt. Going over the logistics of the set, there is no battle fury in this set. So if you have a shape change is a good power to bank on. Plasticity is a good power to bank on if you can get it, because there's a lot of hypersonic speed characters. Let's see, there's not that much precision strike either. A lot of it is mid dial. So super sense, shape change, a la Mr. Nobody, that's a good piece to play. Just yeah, I mean, pull well. You can't win if you don't have anything above 90 points.
Yeah. No Condiment King crazy quilt combos.
No, unfortunately, there was actually a guy who pulled Condiment King when he in the top 8 cut.
Oh
So
no!
Yeah,
to come that far and just to be on.
That's what I was dreading. That's what I was like, and I ended up pulling World's Finest. So poor me, right?
Yeah. Poor you. Well, this I think has been like super awesome. Thanks for sitting down and chatting with us as the new champion, Luke. Which is coming along far away because you've only been playing for a year. This is like your 1 year anniversary.
Yes,
approximately.
This is my 1 year Clicks-iversary.
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 And you got a couple of rocks coming up in your way soon that you're going to head out to, right?
If I can make the drive, I would love to. If not, I can sit at home and play the regionals at Space Cadets sometime in May. And then there's a super qualifier June 18th at Comic Palooza at the George Brown Convention Center. I'm not getting sponsored by them. I'm just throwing it out there. Come to Houston, have a blast. It's a convention. I've never been there personally, but if I decide to go and I see a HeroClix, feel free to say, hey, I'll sit down with you. I mean, is that it? Is there anything you want to bring up?
I think that's it. I mean, the WK was awesome. I guess thanks to Joe, to Cole, to Lyndon, and to
Sarah. Kevin.
Those were our 4 judges. Thanks to Sarah and thanks to Chris, who were the tournament organizers over at Dragons. Did they give you a T-shirt too?
I did not get a T-shirt.
You didn't get a T-shirt? Oh, the bag?
I got the bag.
Awesome.
This is the bag full of the chases. Shameless promotion right here.
And they took care of everybody at Dragon's Lair. I think it was, dude. I don't know. Everybody there was fantastic. I didn't hear anybody complaining. I thought everybody had a great time. I didn't hear anybody going like, "Oh, this is lame," or "Oh, this is thing." Everybody had, I believe, such a grand old time. Like everybody was personable and excited to play. HeroClix really has some of the best fans in terms of the game. They're not all like, "Grr, I'm gonna sabotage you. We can't be friends because we meet on the battlefield and stuff like that."
Yeah, it was definitely the biggest event that I've been to. Well, second biggest.
Yeah.
But easily the best well-ran tournament. Everything was on point. Judges were on point. Everybody who came, they were nice. They came to win. They came to have fun. It was a great and memorable tournament. And it was bittersweet because I would have loved to stay, but I couldn't. And it was kind of like a return to the hunting grounds, kind of show them what's what and
what you've learned since you've left us.
Yeah, I returned from the Himalaya mountains from my meditation after finding the first Jedi temple, and I had to show them what's what. That's
awesome.
That's my cameo appearance in Star Wars Episode 8.
That's what you won? That was the bonus prize?
That was the bonus prize right there.
Awesome. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Luke.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me, Matt. As always, if you guys have the time, check out Matt and his YouTube video. They're always great. He has great HeroClix videos for his sealed, his case openings. He has great Dice Master videos. He's a judge at Mothership.
Yep.
He's a judge at Mothership in Austin, Texas. If you ever get the chance to go, swing by on Sundays at 2. And he won't fail you because he's probably the nicest guy I know. He'll get you in. He'll get you to spend a lot of money on the game, and you'll love it. You won't regret it. Yeah. And this has been Luke Wynn, and
oh, I thought you were disappearing. Like you hesitated for a second. I was like, oh no, not now.
This has been Luke Wynn, and
may all your dice roll hot.
There you go. All right. Peace.